it's Heather from the Halton Hills Public Library, and today I'm making a short video of one of the recipes from our 2020 One Book, One Halton Hills pick, Karma Brown's A Recipe for a Perfect Wife. If you haven't had a chance to read this book yet, please make sure to put your name on our holds list. It is fantastic and you don't want to miss out. Today I'm going to be making the boiled chocolate cookies on page 198, so let's get started. The ingredients we need now to make our boiled chocolate cookies. So we have our recipe in our Recipe for a Perfect Wife book by Karma Brown, of course. We need to have some granulated sugar, because they wouldn't be very sweet if we didn't have them. We need a little bit of milk, of course. We need some quick oats, so I have the gluten-free oats because I have to be gluten-free, but they just need to be quick oats, so not steel cut or any of the regular oats, just the quick oats seem to work the best. We have some butter, of course we need cocoa because they are chocolate cookies, some vanilla extract, and of course some coconut. So the first step in our boiled chocolate cookies is to boil together in a pot the cocoa, the granulated sugar, the butter, and of course the milk. So obviously these are boiled chocolate cookies. They are not like traditional chocolate chip cookies that you would cook in an oven. They actually need to be cooked over the stove in a pot. So we're gonna get this started and we'll come back and see how we're doing. While you're waiting for your chocolate concoction to boil on the stove, you should probably get ready some wax paper over a cookie sheet and a trivet or some sort of spot to put your pot, because as soon as it comes to a boil, you need to start working very quickly, otherwise it's going to harden up really quickly. So if you have this prepared and ready to go before, you'll be all set. So here we have our cocoa and sugar and butter and milk all in the pot. We're just waiting for it to come to a boil. In the meantime, I've also put my coconut and my oatmeal together in a bowl, so it's ready to go. I have my artificial vanilla, because as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to be dropping that in to the pot, stirring really quickly, and then we'll start spooning them out onto the wax paper. So while you are boiling it, please make sure that you stir it, because sugar can stick very easily to the bottom of a pot. So if you can see around the edges, it is starting to boil a little bit more. So it's almost ready for our coconut and our oatmeal and our vanilla. So once it does come to a boil, as you can see now it is, you want to make sure that you take it off the heat, or you turn your heat off, and then add in your coconut, your oatmeal, and then of course your vanilla, and stir it up really good. So we've mixed in all of our coconut, our vanilla, our oats, and it looks kind of like this consistency. It looks a little weird, but once you start scooping it out and letting it cool, they become these yummy, yummy nuggets of chocolate. When I am putting them out onto the wax paper, I always like to use 2 tablespoons. The reason is I like my cookies to be a good size, number 1. And number 2, because we did just boil this, it is really hot. So normally if you scoop your cookie dough onto your trays, sometimes people use their fingers to help move it along. If you do it with this, you could burn yourself, so you just need to be a little bit careful about that. So now that we have our cookies on our wax paper, we just want to let them cool before we eat them. So you can either cool them in a refrigerator, or you can just leave them on the counter to cool, as long as no little fingers come along and try to eat them out from underneath you. Here are our final cookies. They've been cooling out on the counter for about an hour to an hour and a half. So they're ready to be peeled off. So when they are ready to be peeled off, they will actually peel off quite easily right off of the wax paper. If you find that they're sticking just a little bit, then they're not quite ready to come off. So these are what they look like when they come out. They are absolutely delicious. They're still a little gooey in the inside and a little chewy, and they are absolutely delicious. So I hope you enjoyed our video on making boiled chocolate cookies. If you want more recipes like this, make sure you check out Recipe for a Perfect Wife by Karma Brown.